You live to tell the tale. That's why you stayed in that thing for so long. When you knew it was like, this is not it. That's how you survived that thing. You were like, I don't know, like, why I stayed in this thing. I knew it wasn't it, but like, you lived to tell the tale. You lived through it so that you could tell the tale to yourself first, but then maybe to a therapist, and then maybe to the rest of us, right? Because, you're your first audience. I think I'm talking to like my writers, my storytellers, my artists, people who resonate with this thing. I hate to break it to you, but you're an artist, you're a creator, and you live to tell the tale. I think like, like you live to tell the tale. Like you love it. I think you love the feeling when you know, pull something from your mind and relay it to others, and like they're like hanging on your every word, and you love making them laugh. You love giving them like an insightful little lesson. You love to tell the tale. You live to tell the tale, babe. Sometimes I go to things like, certainly like, back in the day, I would do certain things and I was like, why did I do that? I could have been, unalived. I could have gotten really hurt. Something bad could have happened, but it didn't. And I did stay alive, and I survived, and I lived so that I could tell the tale to you guys. I found that I'm like particularly good at drawing a beautiful silver lining from a seemingly, intractable situation. Ooh, yeah, I think you're here to show us that like, you were like, wow, I don't know how I made it through, but against all odds, I survived. And we know that the how is not up to us, but the why, I think, is we survived that thing against all odds to tell the tale, to show people that the odds don't really matter. You just have to believe it. Sometimes you don't even have to believe it. It's out of your hands. You are going to be protected in ways that you don't have to necessarily worry about, but you do have to know that you're going to survive, and that you did that so that you could tell the tale. You didn't survive this thing. You didn't live so that you could be like, oh, that was a close one. I'm glad that, like I'm glad I got out of that one alive, and then just go back to your life. You're supposed to tell us about it. We love a good story. We're a story-based species, oh my gosh, girl, love summer, but look at, oh my God, I got a little bug bite. Oh, okay, let's try to get through this. You live to tell the tale, all right? Yeah, you're here to let us know that it's possible. You made it through that crazy thing that you didn't think you would survive because you're supposed to share it with us. Yeah, you're not supposed to like make it through this thing and like, whew, glad I made it, and then just like, be embarrassed about it. You're supposed to share it with us. I read that like a lot of times, like people who are like swindled by like financial, con men, a lot of times they don't go for help, and they don't report the person because they're embarrassed, because they don't want people to know that they were had, that they believed something that was a little too good to be true, was a little bit greedy or something. And it shows a little bit something about their character. And so they don't want to tell the story. So then the guy gets away and is able to harm other people. Also, like, I think that's the thing with cults too. It's hard to get people out of cults because like they're a little embarrassed that they were, tricked into a cult, kind of, that they like willingly, logically joined a cult. But they lived through it so that they could tell the rest of us, so that they could tell the story, so that they could tell us what to look out for, to tell us, like, what did you get from this thing? Why did you do it? And yeah, we're a story-based species. And so we do a lot of things just because we have a story that it is possible. And we've seen someone else do it. We've heard someone else do it. And then we can do a lot of things because we understand that it's possible for us. People do a lot of terrible things, honestly, because there's like a story behind it. Slavery, the Holocaust, the current Holocaust in Palestine, the KKK, lynching. All of these things were able to be done because we had a story, right? Of its necessity, of, we have no other option. So you live through that crazy thing so that you can share with us and let us know, like, how do we get through this? I love reading books, and I feel like I love reading books, and I love just like learning about stuff. I love knowing that like pretty much everything I'm going through, someone else has gone through. And I get to learn from their story. I also get to learn from the idea that, man, so many people would have, I don't know, had a much better quality of life, would have felt more fulfilled if they had been able to tell their story, if they had known that their story matters, that their story is healing, their story helps the rest of us in this story-based species. So you lived to tell the story. You live to tell the tale. And you don't have to tell the tale how, I don't know, other people might want you to tell it. You are telling the particular story for a reason. So tell it. And don't censor it. Give us all the scars and the dirt and the stumbles. That's how we learn. We learn about how durable we are as a species, how adaptable we are. And yeah, we learn that, like, man, against all odds, we survive. Even when it seems like you're not going to make it. You do. You lived. And that's because you're supposed to tell us how. What, mental frameworks did you give yourself? What was your inner voice telling you throughout this thing? Let us know. I'm someone who's very good at learning from other people's mistakes. And because of that, in part because of that, I've got like an amazing life. I don't need to be like, well, let me figure it out for myself. Certain things I'm like, listen, seems like, things like, what is it? Like heroin. I trust other people's stories that it's really fun, but you will get addicted and it will ruin your life. Okay, great. I'll find my fun elsewhere. Thank you for that story. And you survived something. You lived through that thing to tell the story. I think also, like, I'm getting a message that, like, you live to tell the tale. Like, when you get to the end of your human life, you're going to realize your purpose was to tell the tale. You lived, you experienced that to share it with others. So yeah, we are this social creature, this social collective species, right? Who shares our information through tales. Okay, we love a tale. So which one are you telling us? I want to know. I'm getting more into my writing. I was already journaling and stuff. And yeah, I'm just getting more and more calls like, yeah, girl, of course you're a writer. You've literally created this life that is like a writer's dream artist retreat. So what do you want to say? I have many, many tales. Yeah, I would sometimes, like when I was younger, I would do a thing. And like sometimes as I was in it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, I could really get hurt, I could be unalived, but every time I made it, I lived, and I lived because I'm supposed to be a storyteller. And what does a storyteller need? It needs some stories, right? And it needs to tell it. So it's not just enough to have like crazy stories, so many stories that you just keep locked up in yourself. In fact, if you find you're a really anxious person, it might be because you are so creative, but you are not externalizing your stories. So you just have these like Oscar winning, blockbuster horror movies and suspense movies that you're like, you're turning on yourself, and it's coming out as anxiety. And so like you're stressing about a thing that actually is just made up in your head and might relieve if you just like released it through your fingertips, let it out, tell the tale. Because there's something about sharing the tale that it's cathartic, and you just find new things. You alchemize, an experience that could be traumatizing, could have unalived you, could have unalived other people, but not you. You lived to tell the tale. So yeah. I hope I've been moving enough. I feel like I have one little bug bite, maybe two, one on my face, one on my thigh. Don't love that. Don't love that. Isn't this a cute little dress? I got it in California. Yeah. So I've been, oh my gosh, I've been trying to up my workout from 0 and nothing and just sitting to, yeah, now I have this like plank thing that I do for maybe like 6 to 7 minutes, non-contiguous a day. And then I've been walking like a mile and a half on this treadmill, great, sexy body, but like, I think I like to be a little bit more toned up. Yeah. So we're going to see. And, with your body, it's like move it or lose it, Yeah, the other day I was at my, getting my nails done. So cute, right? Eee! And like, look at it's a whale. And I like got up to stretch, and my nail tech was like, "Oh my God, are you pregnant?" Ugh. It's okay. It's okay though. It was just the universe being like, "Girl, you could move your body a little bit more." It's very low maintenance. I have like no pain. I have like so much energy. I have Billy used to be a personal trainer, so he just like has lots of easy ways to like keep your body moving. So it was just like a beautiful little story for me to be like, get your ass moving. Okay. So I know a lot of you guys are maybe afraid to share your story. You're afraid of what people will say, of who will be offended, but you're here to spark people. And you don't know what your little story is going to inspire in others. And you got to trust that it's going to be good. It's going to be necessary. Okay. I know. Now I'm like paranoid that I'm getting bitten because I feel one distinct bite. That's okay. It's all right. We're cool. So yeah, you live to tell the tale. That's literally your purpose. You are out here to live and then relay, like, all right, give me the context. Give me what's going through your mind. Give me the lesson that you learned. Anything you would do differently? Would you do this again? Yeah. And we're a story-based species. So like, we need your data. We need your experience. We need your tale to help us figure out where to go next, And yeah, I think you're here to let us know that there's a happy ending, to let us know that, help and support and relief and resolution comes out of nowhere sometimes, but it does come, and you do live. And yeah, tell us about the people you met along the way, about the lessons you learned, about the coming of age thingies you experienced. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to get out of here. I love you guys so much. This is all made up. You know that. You know that you are a great creator. So let me know, what stories are you here to tell, babe? What did you live through that you are supposed to tell us about? And why are you not telling us? Why are you at least not telling yourself? Why are you at least not writing it down for yourself? Why are you not telling it like with your therapist? Think about it, okay? And tell it, okay? Yeah. Oh, I was thinking too, it's like airbending, really, when you think about it, like using your brain waves and your, what do you call that? Sound waves with your voice. And you are like causing a physical impact in this reality by bending air. Brilliant, you airbender. You airbending earth angel. Okay, I love you guys so much. All right. Oh, okay, we got another bug bite. We're getting out of here. I love you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you earth angels later, okay? Love you. Bye.